When most players decide to build a base in DayZ, they fight over the rooftops, the compounds and the flashiest defences. But in today's video, my plan is simple. I want to build a base in the middle of the woods and see how long I can remain undetected. But don't be thrown off, this isn't just some quiet getaway. In fact, this is my most action-packed adventure yet. Before any bases get built, this adventure starts in Riffy. At this moment in time, my plan was to find a VSD because I had a suppressor and a scope for it, and I also want to get my hands on a ghillie suit and just run solo, sniping as many players as I could. But you'll shortly see what led us to end up building a base. Whilst making my way to the Black Forest to make a stash, I came across my first victim. Get smoked, sunshine. I found what I thought would be a perfect spot, above a rock formation in the Black Forest. The plan was to get this set up, stash some of my loot, and then head west in search of a ghillie suit and PvP. Eventually I found a ghillie shrug. Now this is not really the best thing as it only covers your back, but I thought I would take it just for a start. Then I heard what sounded like a gunfight coming from the airfield, so I went to go push it. And I saw an aggro zombie outside the medical tent hangar. It was clear there was some survivors inside of here, so now is my chance to shine. Get the fuck out. Now what you're about to realise is this death was actually fate, and it was the true start of this adventure. Because you see, I spawned back in Solnichny, and on my way back to the stash, I tried to take a shortcut but ended up getting lost. And that is when I stumbled across this. I found another survivor stash which for the most part had been raided, but it was full of nails. In fact, if I wanted to build a base, I'd just save myself hours worth of time searching for them. On top of this was also 2 plastic explosives which I did take for safekeeping, but now I know exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a double watchtower base right next to my stash in the middle of the Black Forest. So I went to go search for the rest of the building supplies after stashing all the nails. And then I met a stranger. Hello? I'm behind you, mate. I'm friendly. Get in the house, get in the house. Yo, mate, what's going on? Are you solo? By the way, I'm triple carrying, so I can't put my gun away, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all I have one friend, but he's at the airfield. I'm trying to get him.
That's fine. I'm just looking for a code lock. Do you have one by chance?
No, I'm sorry. I wish I did, but yeah.
Are you just passing through then, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just.
Right, well, I'll let you go, mate. It's fine. Right, well, cheers for being friendly anyway. Good luck. After that hostile encounter, I continued searching for the rest of the building supplies. Oh shit, he is geared. He's got a car. Oh my god. After getting too excited after seeing such a geared guy, I couldn't even see what I was aiming at, and I still decided to take a shot. I think I hit him. No, I didn't. Nah, it's not worth it, man. That death was nothing but a small setback, but I want you to remember that car. Anyways, I spawned back in Berezino and I managed to find the rest of the building supplies I was looking for.
Oh, come on, that is just... You know what? This is going to be a good run.
And so it began. I was finally starting to set up the base. As I said before, I was planning to do a double watchtower base back to back, so I would have plenty of room.
That's a little bit off.
That looks just about perfect. And just like that, the plan was done. So now I had to gather plenty of logs and get the foundation assembled. Just like that, the first floor of the base had been complete, so now I was going to head towards Gorka in search of some fresher tools. But on my way there, I had a quick run-in with another survivor. Even though I was severely under-geared, I still did not want to risk another death, because at this point I believed that the base was only a few days away from being discovered and raided, so I could not be using much of my precious time running back from the coast. I got let off easy this time. I managed to make it back safely with the fresh tools, so I finished off the first floor before logging off for the night. But I was really proud of today's progress, because now I had a safe place to call home. The next day I was straight back to it. Firstly, some storage, and then I buried my plastic explosives in a nearby bush to keep them safe. Before getting started, and swiftly finished with the second floor. So now finally, the base was finished. There was a few extras I would like some more storage, maybe even a barrel, but the hardest part was complete. But if I wanted to establish this territory, I'd have to go on my own way in search of competition. So I searched the nearby forests to scout for any bases or stashes, and near Vishnaya Dubrovka, I managed to find something absolutely massive. In a dead tree trunk, I found an absolutely massive stash left by another player. This gave me access to ammo for absolute days and even a thumper. I loaded up as much as I could grab and as much as I needed, and I'm pretty sure now you know where this is going. With a massive upgrade to my arsenal I just earned, I wanted to raid a base. In fact, this would be my first ever official base raid solo. Firstly, I had to make some more storage to keep up with all the new loot I was getting. So I left all my valuable supplies and I went on a big search in hopes that I could find an unraided base. And hours later, it was in Berezino where I managed to find one, with a familiar looking car parked outside. So now that I had a clear target, it was time to prepare. Turns out, maybe I wasn't as geared as I thought and I could not get through this base. I still did have plastic explosives, but maybe I should have scouted the whole area out and I would have realised that the barn behind this house may have been an easier target. So I used the last of my boom on this wall instead. Still another freedom to get through, but there was the code that I saw earlier. But luckily for me, the last code was a 3-digit. Usually these are quite easy to get through, but because of the way it was placed, it was actually quite finicky to get the right position. So this took me way longer than it should have, but eventually I managed to get in. To my surprise, the base owners had left all the pieces in the car intact, so this was ready to go straight away, and now officially had my own car. I kept my fingers crossed that this car would be able to fit in the base, because if it could, that would be an absolutely massive breakthrough. Unfortunately for me, this is where my luck ran out, because you can't make up what happens next. The car just died for no reason whatsoever. My connection started acting up at the worst time possible, so I tried relogging and the car simply would not start. This meant I was walking back to the base completely empty-handed without all of my explosives. This raid had just simply been a roller coaster of emotions. But this adventure doesn't finish just there, because over the course of the next few days, the base continued to expand in terms of storage. I've crafted more crates, carried a barrel away from Pollyanna, and really began to believe that this base was invisible. On the 8th day of this base standing, I logged on to what was inevitable. The base had been discovered. Not raided just yet, but it was clear that this was someone's intentions and that time was ticking. So this was my wake up call, and I decided to use the loot which I'd been gathering up in my base and go finish what I'd started. I needed to raid that Berezino base one last time. I'd finally breached the base, so now it was time to see if this had all been worth it or not, and it turned out somebody had already beat me to it. But by this point, I was ready to call this adventure quits. I had a great time, and the base had lasted quite a while without getting raided yet, so I left most of my decent gear, and I actually ended up giving the base away to another survivor. The length of this video does not do enough justice for the amount of time put into it, but I had fun making it, so for me, that was a win. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.